Microsoft OneDrive is a file hosting service that allows users to transfer, organize, and collaborate using files stored online. Everyone at CSB+SJU has access to OneDrive as part of their Microsoft 365 account. In this tutorial, we will go over how to use OneDrive to upload and share files that are too big to send via email. This will be especially useful to those who are trying to share large or numerous files. For example, video and audio files, multiple high-resolution photos, PowerPoint presentations, and more. There are several methods for using OneDrive, including downloading the desktop app or having a synchronized OneDrive folder, but our recommendation is for desktop and laptop users to use a web browser, for example, Chrome, Safari, or Microsoft Edge, to access your OneDrive account. Let's begin. Part 1. Accessing OneDrive from a web browser. Go to the main CSB+SJU website and go to Tools. Select Email and log in with your account information. Once you've logged in, go to the App Launcher button in the top left corner and select OneDrive. Note, if this is your first time using OneDrive, you may see an informational introduction window. Part 2. OneDrive interface. Once OneDrive is open, you'll see all of your uploaded files in the My Files tab on the left info bar. Note, the same info bar has an option labeled Shared, where you can see the files that have been shared with you directly. These will also appear in your email when someone shares a file with you. The top bar includes a button labeled New and Upload. The New tab will allow you to create new folders or create a new Microsoft Office document that you could share with others. This is similar to Google Docs and can be especially useful for those of you who are working on a collaborative project together. We would strongly recommend using folders as a way to organize your files in OneDrive. If your folders and files are not appearing the way you would prefer, there are several sorting or viewing options on the drop-down tab in the top right corner. The Upload tab will allow you to upload individual files or a folder from a local location on your computer or an external hard drive. Part 3. Uploading. I will upload a few large files that I would not be able to send via email because of the file size. This is usually the case for any files that are over 15 megabytes in size. I have a video file, a PowerPoint presentation, and a small collection of high-resolution photos. I can either click Upload and select the files I want to upload, or I can click and drag the files into OneDrive. Once the files are uploading, you will see a small upload symbol on the right side of the top info bar. You can click on this tab to monitor the progress as your files are uploaded. If you lose connection to your files or the internet during the process, the file will not work. Note, you may be asked to change the name of your files if they have certain symbols. For example, remember to avoid / and \. Part 4. Sharing files. Once your file is finished uploading, you have a few options for sharing the file. Select the file and click Share, or right-click and select Share, and the Send Link box will appear. The default option is People you specify can edit, but if you click on this tab, it will drop down into several sharing options. Anyone with the link gives access to anyone who receives the link, whether they receive it directly from you or forwarded from someone else. This may include people outside of your organization. Note, with this option, you can control an expiration date for when the link will no longer be available, though the file will still live in your OneDrive account. People in CSB+SJU with the link gives anyone in your organization who has the link access to the file, whether they receive it directly from you or forwarded from someone else. This option adds a layer of security to only allow those who are signed in with a CSB+SJU account to access the files. People with existing access can be used by people who already have access to the documents or folder. This does not change the permission on the item. Use this option if you want to send somebody a link who already has access. Specific people gives access only to people you specify, although other people may already have access. If people forward the sharing invitation, only people who already have access to the item will be able to use the link. Sharing with specific people will allow you to target who can access and see the files you are sending. List the email addresses, and then you have the choice of sending it with a message from OneDrive, or you can send the link in an email for them to access. Note, if someone is able to access the link who is not on the list, they are able to request permission, and you will see these requests appear in your email. Listing specific people or listing people in CSB+SJU with the link gives you an optional checkbox giving users ability to edit the file. This would be useful for making changes to a shared document, for example. Part 5. Downloading and playback. Once you've received the OneDrive link via email, you are able to download the file. Or if it is an audio or video file, you may be able to play a preview of the file. When attempting to preview or playback videos or audio files that have been shared with you via OneDrive, it is best to download the file for best playback quality. If you attempt to play a video directly from OneDrive, you will notice poor quality playback, drop frames, or long loading times, since OneDrive is not optimized for streaming video. To download files from OneDrive on a Mac, select the individual files, and the utility navigation will change to include more options. From the utility navigation, click Download, and the file will download and can be found in the Downloads folder in your Finder. The process to download files from OneDrive in a PC is the same, but PC users will find the download files in the Download folder of Explorer. It is important to note that upload and download speeds vary based upon file size and internet connection speed. You shouldn't have much problem uploading or downloading files that are measured in megabytes, less than a gigabyte in size, but files that exceed 1 or more gigabytes might take a while, specifically large video files. This will mostly depend on the quality of your internet connection, but upload and download times will likely vary. Thank you for watching this video tutorial. Please contact Instructional Technology or the Help Desk if you have any questions about using OneDrive.